Good afternoon, y'all. As you can see, it's just me today. Mike had a lot of things that he needed to get taken care of today, so he said you can either do the live or not do the live, and it didn't matter. And I said it does matter, so I'm going to do the live. I've had a struggle, and I had to sit and think about what I wanted to talk about today, and God just kept bringing me back to personal accountability and responsibility. I have really been diving in deep on self-discipline because I don't have any. And that's the reason why I'm diving in deep in it and, getting in His Word, trying to learn about it and all that I can about it. Because I don't have any. I struggle with that. That is one thing that I really struggle with, is having self-control, self-discipline, whatever you want to call it. I struggle with that. I get sidetracked. I'll say, okay, I'm going to start doing this, and I'll do it for a week, and then I just give up, and I don't, I want a quick fix. I want to see the results, and I want to see all of that. But sometimes it takes us a little bit longer, and the Lord wants us to hang in there and keep doing what He has called us to do. And that is taking personal responsibility for each and every aspect of our life, not just in our work life, not just in our home life, not just in our parent life, in our daughter life, in our sister life, in our spouse life, all parts of our life. He wants us to take responsibility for each and every part of it. And so I put in, verses on responsibility, and it brought up some really good verses. In Galatians 6:5, it says, "For each will have to bear his own load." We do have to bear our own load. We really do. We need to be responsible for our own load, but we can also share one another's burdens. So that doesn't mean that you have to go it alone and you're in this cycle by yourself, or in this whatever by yourself, whatever you may be going through. You don't have to do it alone. Last night I was struggling with some stuff, and I thought, I have nobody to talk to. Nobody to talk to, nobody to share this with, nobody to help me to understand or to go through it with. But then the Lord spoke so sweetly to me, and He said, all you have to do is just come talk to me. And that's what I did. I went to Him and, just laid it all out. Lord, this is what is going on, and I don't know how to handle it, and I just need you to help me with it. And He's working through that, and He's working me through that. And it's just so good to see Him take care of me, because I want Him to be the leader in my life, the master of my life. And in Proverbs 22:6, it says, "Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it." 1 Corinthians 3:8, "He who plants and he who waters are one, and each will receive his wages according to his labor." So we may be the waterer, or we may be the planter. It doesn't really matter which one you're doing, just as long as you're doing one or the other. And the Lord will reward you for that, and you will receive your wages according to your labor. But if you're going to sit back on your blessed assurance and not do anything, and think that, the rapture's going to happen any day, and I'm not going to have to do anything, and I can just rock along and just, be in my spiritual recliner and just kind of hang out and just do that's not what He's asking us to do. He's asking us to get in the fight. He's asking us to put on the full armor of God, and to get out there and get in that fight and do what we need to do, so that we can be witnesses for Him, that we can be planters, we can be waterers, we can be sowers, because the harvest is ready and the workers are few. And we need to be those workers. We need to be out there and about doing the Lord's business. But we sometimes think that's somebody else's responsibility. Oh, that's her responsibility. Oh, that's his responsibility. That's not my responsibility. That's not my job. When I worked in the corporate world and I heard somebody say, that's not my job, I almost always lost it every single time, because it is your job to make sure that whoever you're working for is successful. They're paying you to be there. They're paying you to do whatever. You may have the most miserable job in the whole wide world. You may have, but it's still your responsibility to do the very best that you can do, because that's what the Lord asks of you. So again, taking personal responsibility for your job, and making sure that you do it to the very best of your ability, as the Lord would have you to do it. You're not working for the company, you're working for the Lord. And when other people see you, even in harsh circumstances, doing the very best that you can do, then they're going to step up and they're going to do the very best. When people start doing well, they can lead those others around them to rise up as well and to come along, and you make a success. We each one will have to stand before the Lord and give an account. And we need to be sure that in giving that account, that we can say, Lord, I worked for you. I did what you had asked me to do. I didn't shrug off and say, that's not my job. We need to do all of those things that he asked us to do. And in 2 Timothy 1:7, for God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. Self-control. I have read this verse so many times. I've probably read it 150 times, because I keep trying to tell myself that. And in doubting that, I've allowed the enemy to get a foothold in and tell me, no, you've got to fear. You need to be fearful. You need to do these things. And the Lord is just showing me, no, you don't. I have you. As long as you're doing what I've asked you to do, and as long as you're trying your very best to do what I've asked you to do, I have you. And don't let the enemy have that foothold. Because if you let him have an inch, he's going to take a mile. If you give him a mile, he's going to take 10. If you give him 10, he's going to take 100. He's going to take your life. Don't allow the enemy to destroy what God has put inside of you to do. Be strong and courageous in the Lord, and know that he has you. When you put on that full armor of God and you stand against the tricks and the enemies of the devil, like we talked about yesterday, and you will still be standing after the battle. But sometimes that takes self-control. Sometimes it takes hard work. I have started walking, and then I've also started putting a little bit of jogging in there, and I'm not a runner. I'm very slow, and I've been taking Stella with me, so she kind of encourages me to run, because she wants to run a little bit. But last night I had to talk myself all the way through it. I had to say, Lord, help me get this done, Lord, because I didn't want to do it. But I know it's good for me. I know I feel better once I get done, but it's hard. It's hard when your body is like, nope, we're not doing that today. Nope, we're going to sit in here in the air conditioning. Nope. It's hard to have that self-discipline. So I'm really struggling with it. If you could pray for me, I would really appreciate that. But, and then Galatians 6, it says, do not be deceived. God is not mocked, for whoever sows, that will he also reap. So be careful what you're sowing. If you want to sow friendship, be a friend. If you want to sow love. If you want to sow finances, sow monetarily. If you want to sow goodness, if you want goodness, sow goodness. You have to sow what you want, or you won't reap it. If you're sowing discord and ugliness and bitterness and resentment, that's what you're going to get back. So be careful in that. And Galatians 6:2, bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave it at today. Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. We need to lift one another up sometimes. I posted a picture on my Facebook last night, or on my Instagram last night, that said, when a friend calls unexpectedly, it's not a coincidence. It's they heard your heart crying, and they knew that you needed them, or something to that effect. When God lays somebody on your heart, take a moment, whether it's calling them, texting them, or just praying for them. But do that, because obviously God needs you to do something for that person. Sometimes we don't know what it is, and sometimes it's just best to say a prayer. And that's what we need to be about. We need to be about doing the Lord's business. We need to take responsibility, and we need to be strong in what he's telling us to do. Some days that's difficult. Some days it's harder. Some days we don't want to get out of bed. Some days we don't want to go to the gym. Some days we don't want to go for that walk or run or whatever. We don't want to go do what we need to do to make us better, to make us healthier. We want to sit and eat those donuts. We want to sit and eat that cupcake. We want to sit and do that. I'm not saying those things are bad, but in moderation. But if we will just listen to what the Lord has for us, he will grow us, and he will make us into the person that he needs us to be. Tonight, we'll have regular children at 6. The buses will be running. If you need a ride, please text us at 918-399-5956 prior to 4 o'clock. Because if you don't do it before then, nobody will see that. And then the youth will be in here at 7. The boys and girls are being kind of changed, and the boys and girls are being broken up, but or split up, and the girls go with Karen and the boys will go with Zach. But be sure and encourage your kids to come and be the leader of your family and show them what it means to come to church on Sundays as well. Tomorrow we will be feeding the teachers at 11:30. We did, confirm all of that with the school. They will be here at 11:30. I will have the food here by then. I need desserts, and if anybody can come help serve, I would be so happy if you could, and then help clean up afterwards. And just be here and encourage the teachers, pray over the teachers, whatever we need to do for those teachers just to lift them up, to get them ready for another school year. Justin Todd Herod will be here on Sunday at the 9 and 11 service, and he will have rain over those services. And then he will be here the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. That's Monday through Thursday. Those times will be at 7 o'clock in the evening. Please be sure, let's pack the house out, because Justin Todd Herod will have a good word for us. He always does, and he brings it in a different way, and it always resonates with me. So be sure and come, because I know he has a good word for us. Men, you will not be having a separate service. We will all be in service on next Tuesday, the 16th. The message will probably be geared more towards men, but women, go ahead and come out, because we all need to hear it. And then the 21st, Johnny Rowlett will be here with us in service. Johnny and Gail right now are up at Sturgis ministering at the bike rally. Be in prayer for them as they go through this time, and be in prayer for JT and Rainey as they prepare to come and to join us for this week, this next week, and just be in prayer for them as that is their business. They're out and about traveling, and they, pray for travel mercies and all of those things. If there's anything that we can do to help, please let us know. We do have in our food pantry, we have a lot of children's items. We have some diapers, we have some formula, we have some baby items like a bouncer, a chair, some other things. If you know of anybody that needs any, please let us know. We do have some little girl clothes as well. But if you know of a need, please let us know, and we will try and meet that need. If you need to know the formulas, just text, and I can let you know what kind of formulas we have. Again, I'm just so thankful that y'all meet us here every day. If you can share this and get the word out of what's going on in our church, and just be able to share who we are and what we're doing here at Crossroads Community Church, because amazing things are happening here. And I'm waiting for that explosion, because things are about to explode, and it's going to be great, and you're going to want to be a part of it. So again, if we can do anything for you, it's 918-399-5956. If you'd like to mail us anything, it's the best way is our post office box. It's P.O. Box 57 in Oilton, Oklahoma 74052. We do have a street address, which is 52787 West Highway 51 in Jennings, Oklahoma 74038. But that mailbox sits right on the highway, and everybody has access to it. So the post office box is the better way to do it. If you have any questions or you need anything, give us a call, give us a text, because that's the best way to do it, because I'm in and out of the office, making sure the vans were filled up this morning, cleaning up the toddler room because they had to leave the toys out because they needed to be sprayed, got that all done, took the trash out in the multipurpose building so we can have the kids and the youth tonight. So I'm in and out of the office is what I'm trying to say. Not trying to make it sound like I do all the things, because I don't. But just text us if you need us. Again, 918-399-5956. I hope you all have a great Wednesday. Remember, you can remain calm in the chaos. And I don't know all of Mike's little things that he says, so I'm just going to say God bless you and have a great, great Wednesday. Tune in tomorrow. Hopefully we'll both be back on.